Your reactive dog is not too much to handle, and you've just been tiring them out the wrong way. Most owners think a physically exhausted dog is a calm dog, but that's one of the most costly mistakes you can make. In this video, you'll learn 10 stress-free ways to actually tire out a reactive dog for good. And the last tip is something you can start doing as early as tomorrow morning, and it costs absolutely nothing. But to make any of these tips work, you need to know the real reason your dog is reacting in the first place. Why your dog is reactive in the first place. Your reactive dog isn't being bad, they're being scared. Reactivity comes from fear, frustration, or a lack of early socialization. A 2020 study in Scientific Reports found that dogs with limited socialization before 16 weeks were far more likely to develop fear-based reactivity later. Their nervous system learned early that the world isn't safe, so now it stays on high alert all the time just in case. All the high. Think of it like a smoke alarm that goes off every time you make toast. The fix isn't more exercise, it's understanding that your dog isn't reacting to the world. They're reacting to how unsafe it feels. And once you understand that, you'll also understand why what most owners do next makes everything worse. What most owners get wrong. Most owners come home, feel guilty, and grab the ball. They throw it for an hour until the dog collapses and call it a win. But a 2021 study in applied animal behavior science found that high-intensity repetitive exercise actually raised cortisol levels in anxious dogs. You're not calming your dog down, you're stressing them out more. Worse, you're building a fitter, faster, more reactive dog with zero impulse control. Your dog starts looking to you for entertainment, not guidance. That one shift in dynamic quietly makes reactivity worse every single day. Now that you know what not to do, here are the 10 things you should be doing instead. Number 10. Obedience drills as warm-up. Before you do anything else with your reactive dog, run through 5 minutes of basic commands. Sit, stay, down, leave it, nothing fancy. Just enough to shift your dog's brain from reactive mode into thinking mode. Here's why this works. A reacting dog is running on instinct, but a dog responding to commands is using its prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for self-control. You're essentially asking your dog to switch lanes mentally before the real stimulation even starts. And as a bonus, every time your dog responds to you, you're quietly reinforcing the idea that you're the one worth listening to. Start every single activity with this, and you'll notice your dog is calmer and more focused before you've even left the driveway. Number 9. Slow, sniff-led walks. A 20-minute sniff walk will tire your reactive dog out more than a 45-minute power walk. And that's not an opinion. That's just how dog brains work. When your dog sniffs, their brain processes an enormous amount of information at once, and that mental load is genuinely exhausting. But here's the key. You're not just handing the walk over to your dog. You decide when the walk starts, when it ends, and when sniffing is allowed. Use a long line in a quiet area so your dog has freedom, but the freedom still comes from you. That structure is what separates a decompression walk from a chaotic one. Let them sniff, but make sure they always know who opened the door. Number 8. Frozen enrichment toys. Grab a Kong, stuff it with something your dog loves, freeze it overnight, and watch what happens. Your dog will slow down, lock in, and work for every single lick, and that focused effort drains mental energy fast. But the real training move here isn't the toy itself. It's how you present it. You bring it out, you hand it over, and before your dog is done, you calmly take it back. Wait a moment, then give it back again. That small act teaches your dog that you control access to the good stuff, even during solo downtime. It sounds almost too simple, but that pattern of you giving and taking builds exactly the kind of trust and deference that makes a reactive dog easier to manage everywhere else. Number 7. Scent work with rules. Your dog's nose is up to 100,000 times more powerful than yours. You're barely using that as a training tool. Hide a treat somewhere in the yard, but send your dog only on your cue. That waiting before the search is where the impulse control actually lives. 10 minutes of this will leave your dog more tired than an hour of fetch. The nose work drains the brain, and the structure keeps you in charge the whole time. Number 6. Backyard agility with control cues. You don't need a fancy setup. A few household objects will do. The obstacles aren't really the point, though. Every single pass must start with a sit-stay. Your dog doesn't move until you release them. If they break early, you reset and go again. You're teaching them that excitement doesn't mean go. Your release word means go. Build that habit, and you'll have a dog that can pause at the edge of chaos and actually wait. Number 5, structured tug with an out command. You start the game, your dog doesn't get to demand it. Mid-game, say out in a calm, firm voice. The second they release the toy, give it straight back and keep playing. That's the whole secret. The out is a pause, not a punishment. Your dog learns that letting go is actually what makes the fun continue. That skill transfers directly to real life. A dog that can disengage from tug on your word can disengage from a trigger on your word too. Number 4, decompression. Walks in low traffic areas. Early morning or late evening, the world gets quiet. Take your dog somewhere with fewer triggers. A field, a back trail, somewhere calm. Let them move and breathe without constantly being pushed over the edge. But you still choose the route, set the pace, and decide when free sniffing happens. Freedom inside structure is what builds real confidence. Over time, these walks don't just decompress your dog, they actually start to shrink what sets them off. Number 3, the find it game. Scatter treats in the grass, but don't let your dog dive straight in. Ask for a sit first, wait for calm, then release with a cheerful find it. The foraging that follows, nose down, slow, focused, activates your dog's seeking system. That's the part of the nervous system that is the direct opposite of fight or flight. Research in animal behavior shows this state is deeply calming by design. You're not just playing a game, you're flipping a biological switch. Number 2, swimming or water play with a structured entry. Water exercise physically exhausts a dog while keeping stress hormones low. That combination is almost perfect for reactive dogs. But don't let your dog bolt in the second you arrive. Ask for a sit at the water's edge first. Release them on your cue, let them swim, then call them back out before they're ready to stop. You're the gatekeeper, even at the lake. That one habit turns a fun outing into a genuine impulse control lesson. Number 1, off-peak exposure with threshold training. This tip pulls everything together. Go out during quiet hours when the world has less going on. Find the distance where your dog notices a trigger but can still take a treat and respond to you. That's their threshold. Work just below it. Ask for simple things, a sit, a focus, a calm walk past. You're not flooding them with the scary thing. You're proving they can handle it from a safe distance. Every session builds real confidence from the inside out. This is the one habit that makes every other tip on this list work better. You've just learned what it actually takes to tire out a reactive dog the right way. But if certain daily habits stay in place, none of these tips will ever fully work. So do yourself a favor and watch our next video all about the 12 everyday habits that hurt your dog more than you'd ever expect. What you find out there might be the most important thing you learn all week.